All right, hey guys, here we are, hole 5. Now I'm going to use the Thor's hammer, a little bit of extra topspin. I'm also going to go sniper again. I really do think that's the road. I don't even, last time I didn't even really have to power it. But I just had to be a little bit cautious with my method. Because if you're not careful, you can, you saw my opponent go long on this one. I'm pretty much convinced that, staying out there towards the right is probably the smartest thing to do. I just think that if you try to thread it up here into this fairway, it's just a little bit too much risk involved with that shot, and you're relying too much on consistent fairway hops, which might not be the smartest route to do. This is going to be a tough hole to for sure. And here's another one where it looks like he was trying to, oh wow, that almost caught the fairway off that rock. However, like I said, I think it's just not worth it, especially, putting yourself in the rough just really kind of takes away from, that being a very wise shot to do. It makes a little bit more sense to me to just kind of go up here and play it a little bit safer. I'm going to play this about 8 rings in this situation. So right about here, relatively full. I might be coming in from max just a touch, not very much. But I'm trying to favor the left-hand side just a little bit more than I did on the last time I played this. If you saw the other epoch shot that I did, it was a little bit more conservative, out towards the right center to center, like keeping it short of the bunker. But if I can get a little bit more aggressive towards the left-hand side, we can really get it up here farther to make our second shot that much easier. So I expect, even with the sniper, to be able to potentially, put this one up onto the to the green here. And there's a couple ways that we can do it. We can either go full power with some backspin, or we can probably just try to do, kind of just a side spin and a little bit more controlled, not having to worry about perfect ball, like on a full shaky needle. If you take off the power and just try to hit a no power shot, it's just a little bit safer. So here you can see with where I am, and as I mentioned, if I go here, I would probably need just a little bit of backspin. Definitely something we can do. But alternatively, I can also play it as essentially going to land here, because this is like 11 yards down, more or less. So I can essentially just basically say, oh, well, it's going to land up there in the fairway, kind of 11 yards down, and, just put this curl on it and just get it up here in the fairway for a pitch. So that's what you can see that I'm doing here, is just kind of keeping it out here towards the left, keeping it kind of shorter, a little bit more controlled, as opposed to, but there's no reason that you can't do some kind of backspin, full overpower type shot as well. It might just take some practice. And of course, the one thing that you'd want to do is try to be very consistent with where you drive the ball. Because if you're not, and that fluctuates too much, you won't be able to replicate that spin time and time again. Not to mention, if I get a tailwind with a 10.7 versus a 12.2, that's going to cause a full overpower shot to go at least, 5 to 7 yards difference on average. So with that kind of, extra tailwind and uncertainty, might just be just a little bit more safe to play it just a little bit more controlled and just get it up here. And you can see I should be in here close enough that I can just kind of play the right-hand side of the hole here. Even with that great ball, should be able to just sneak in the right-hand side. So there you can see I was able to pick up that hole, get a chest here, and you know, take care of this hole not too bad. So hopefully, you know, you guys are getting consistent results on that one as well. I'll see you guys momentarily for hole 6.